Hey guys, Jerry here and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft. Today we are gonna start out by improving our quality of life a bit. Since last time I have done a bit of work here on the base. As you can see, I've expanded the fields significantly, made little stretches of water in between these 8x8 fields, I think they are, and planted a bunch of stuff. So hopefully once time advances a bit more, as you can see we're now the 8th of April, so once we get into summer, then some of the early crops will start being ready, and we can actually live off of something else than squid. What else have I been doing? I have been flattening out this area here, so we have room for another building of sorts, depending on what we want. I do believe we will be placing our smithy slash bakery slash whatever up here. Later on I'll be going into stuff about forges and such, but before we can even get to that, we need coal. And since I have not yet to find bituminous coal, we're gonna have to settle for charcoal. And the way you do this is that you make a charcoal pile kind of deal, which is what I've started here. So to finish this, I need to get another full stack of logs, and then I'll show you guys. Like, I've been cutting down a lot of trees, as you can see, so I have a bit of stuff lying around here. So let's grab those, and then I'll show you exactly what's happening here. Now, the way this works is that each and every one of these is a full stack of logs. As you can see, they all have 16 in them. In order to convert this to charcoal, we need to char it, basically. And that means we burn it without providing oxygen. So that's why I'm now covering it up. We can't, like, in order to make the charcoal, you need to kill all the oxygen on the inside. And you do this by basically not having any inside, or allowing the fire to burn whatever is inside and then not supplying more. Like, this is a very real way to do it. So it's quite fitting actually for the game type. So what we need to do is we need to light a fire in here. Then we need to put the last stack of logs on top and cover the entire thing up in dirt, which I have, as you can see, almost completed now. So we put in the 3 sticks for the fire and punch it a couple of times with the fire starter. Then we put these logs above, and then we cover this up, and there we go. Now, once this is done, this block here should fall down, because there's nothing underneath it, unless of course it grows grass, in which case it might actually be stable. But basically this thing will fall down, we'll know it's done, and we can dig out, and there'll be lots of charcoal inside for us to use. So yeah, that's that. That's the first step. Now the next thing, apart from looking a bit over the beautiful fields I've set up here, is that I've been mining a bunch between last time and now. I showed you guys my copper mine over here. I'm just gonna go visit quickly to see how much I've been digging out, because we need a lot of copper to get started on anvil smithing. So as you can see, I've made a beautiful staircase here, very, very pretty. And then I've been digging out. So as you can see, it's a very, very large copper vein. It's gonna last us a long time, all of this stuff. But I ran out of support when I was doing this, so I've only been digging out those 4 blocks, as you can see from the support. So we have copper for a long time now, which is a really good thing. So we can make the copper ingots that we need to actually start making an anvil. Honestly, making an anvil is pretty simple, because all you really need is a block of stone and a hammer. The first anvil you make is just a stone anvil. It's a quarried block of stone. I don't know if I have any. I have some, I think, but I don't know if they're of hard enough material. Like, you need your anvil. First anvil needs to be made one of the very hard materials. I think they're andesite, basalt, rhyolite maybe, and one last one. I can't remember the name of it. But it does not appear that I have any rock that's sufficiently hard. So I'll need to find that somewhere. Quartzite It's not good enough. Granted, not good enough as far as I know. Dayside is good enough. So if I can figure out where I have this one block of smooth dayside from, we can make an anvil. And until then, yeah. Now I have a bunch of extra chests in here. You can see this one has a bunch of minerals: bismuthinite, cassiterite, native carbon nuggets, small cassiterite, small bismuthine, small sphalerite, small tetrahedrite, and a bit of random stuff. And then this one, which is full of all the copper we need to make the anvil. So once we actually have an anvil, we can cook this one in a pit kiln, and then we can make the ingots that we need. In order to make an anvil, you need 7 so-called double ingots. Double ingots are made by welding together 2 normal ingots, oddly enough. And to do this, you need the stone anvil, and you need a hammer and some flux. Now, flux is a fun little material. Do I have any limestone or chalk or similar? I have siltstone, limestone, yeah, limestone. And I have lots of limestone. And do I have a hammer on me? I do. Alright. So we can hammer some limestone and we get flux. Now flux is a fun little material because it has a couple of very important uses. One of them is making mortar. That's a barrel. I didn't want a barrel. I wanted to make a bucket. Is that a bucket? No. Why? Why can I not remember how to make a barrel or a bucket? And where is my saw? Where is my saw? That is actually a really good question. Can you guys see my saw anywhere? It's not in the chest, it's not on the wall. I think I might have lost my saw. That makes me sad. I do not know where it went, or what happened to it. Is this a bucket? No, that's not a bucket either. Why can I not remember the bucket recipe? Be right back. Alright, after consulting the wiki, believe I have found the bucket recipe. You need 5 planks. And you need them like this. There we go, that's a bucket. I'm lucky enough that I did have just that amount of planks left. I still don't know what happened to my saw. I miss it already. Anyway, flux. Flux is an interesting material because you can take flux and you can take sand and you can take water. And then if you just mix these two together, you get lime water, which is used in tanning leather. If you then add in the sand, you get mortar. And mortar is a fun little thing as well because it allows you to make bricks. So, like, we have a lot of, what do we have? We have a lot of quartzite. So if we take 5 of these and go over here, we can combine these with the chisel to make bricks. And if we then make the TNT recipe with bricks and mortar, we get quartzite bricks. There's a brick for every single stone type in the game. So you can make a lot of really differently colored stuff. Like if we put these 4 here, you can see exactly what they look like. They have the same color as the quartzite. They have the same, I don't know, strength, durability, whatever. And you can cut them with the chisel the same way as you cut everything else. So, stairs. Beautiful. Quartzite brick stairs. Now this little bastard here. I bet you he stole my saw. So I don't know what happened to the saw, and it kind of messes a bit with my plans, but whatever, we can deal with it. I need to put this back in and get a bit of inventory space again, and then I have some more stuff to show you guys, since daytime has arrived. Now, the charcoal pit is taking care of itself. It takes a couple of days of in-game time to burn through that. So, in the meantime, we can go on a little trip this direction back where we came from. I'm sure you guys remember in episode 2 or 3, I think it was episode 2, where I found a location with pretty much all the ores except for copper, and said, hey, let's keep an eye on this location, remember where it is. Well, I did remember where it was, and I've gone back there, and I've been prospecting, and I've been taking a sip of my coffee. So, this location is not too far away, actually. As you can see, I've made it cleared a somewhat nice looking path, kinda. Just removed the trees in a line, at least, so I could find it over here. And there was something on the floor there. And I need to look at it, because just in case it's my saw that I've dropped somewhere. But as you can see, I have my little shelter here, which I spent one night in. And if we go a bit further back the way we came from originally, we find this spot that I've marked with a B sort of thing, because I found bismuthine underneath here, and I believe I localized it to right underneath that. A bit further over here, we have a bit more stuff that I've put down since then. If we go down here, we can see that I've been digging, making a little tunnel, and over here we have, I think this is actually bismuthinite, so that I think it might also be the same vein that I marked with the B in planks earlier. So I found that. And if we continue just a wee bit more over in this direction here, where I put a bunch of torches as well just to keep stuff away, and I actually planted a bunch of stuff as well just because I had extra seeds on me, we find right over here another hole. And this one was a hard one to find. Like, I dug around a lot. I somehow made an error in my prospecting, thinking that the ore or the vein was in that direction, when in fact it was right in here. So this is cassiterite, this is tin, this is the stuff we need for normal bronze. And then the bismuthinite, along with the sphalerite that we have right underneath our house, we can make the bismuth bronze as well. So we have a lot of opportunities to make various metals now. And really depending on whether we like green or brown. And there's a lighting glitch here. I was thinking, what the hell's a bit of peat doing there? But just a lighting glitch. Anyway, the reason I mentioned that we found everything but copper here was that I actually explored a bit more around this location here, and guess 3 times what I found. Copper. And I found it right up here. Now, I don't know if I left enough rocks that we might actually be able to find a little nugget up here, just so I can demonstrate to you guys. But I found copper right over here where I put these 2 bits of cobblestone. So that kind of, not annoyed me, maybe is a strong word, but it at least it upset me a bit that we went that far away to find a bit of copper, and then right here where we have everything else, we also find copper. I don't think I can find more nuggets right now. I think either the vein is really far down, so there's not a lot of it on the surface, or it's just a narrow vein that goes into the mountain instead. So if I were to find more stuff, I would have to search up here, for instance. Nope. Anyway, I did find copper up here, so we can set up a good couple of mines up here, actually. Like, I found, not even did I just find copper, I found both tetrahedrite and native copper here. And looking at the rock I'm picking up here, granite. Okay, that's not one of the tough ones. There we go. Tetrahedrite, right here, copper. And look over there. Apart from the black skeleton standing up there, we have a very dark looking rock here. This rock is basalt. And basically, this is one of the things that will allow us to make an anvil. So, we have a choice here. We can either go back, make a saw, and bring support beams here to try and quarry 1 bit of basalt, or we could just go fuck it, quarry a bit, and see if we can get the entire mountain to fall down on us. You need to go out into the sun. You need some color. Come on, get away with you. So yeah, those are the options we have, and I'm not a big fan of either of them, because one will potentially mean that we're gonna get ourselves buried alive, and the other will mean that we need to wait a long time. So as you can guess, I'm not a big fan of either of them, but I believe that if we get buried alive, then it'll be more fun for you guys to watch. So let's go for quarrying one immediately. And quarrying one means that we need to get up there. I think that's the safest bit to quarry. I don't know if we can make a gravel node pole. Let's try it. Yeah, we can. Okay, good. So here goes nothing. Removing that one so I can see. Now the block we're going for is the one right above the one I'm mining now, this one. So once this one gets this, the other one should pop off and fall off to the side. Yeah, beautifully. I kind of want one more, just in case something happens. Plus, I actually do want to see a cave in. A bit risky, but well, worked out for us. Nice. Alright, grab my shovel so we can get back down from here and keeping our gravel. And then we can pick up all the stone. Alright, so we got 4 stone anvil now. That's good. That was actually that's a bit lucky we found this. But yeah, as I said, if you look around up here, you will find copper, which is stuff that we just couldn't find in the start. So now it's just everywhere, and we have plenty of it. So all is well and good here. Now I'm gonna head back now, and then we're gonna set up the anvil. I'll see you guys when I get back. There's no reason for you to watch the entire trip again. Alright, welcome back to our little slice of heaven here. As you can see, we still have a bit of daytime left. It would appear that the charcoal pit up here has actually fallen in. Like, as you can see, the little block on top is no longer sticking out, and yeah, it's there. So this thing is done, and that means we can dig it out and have a look. Ooh, look at that. Would you look at that? Now this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is charcoal. And it's some pretty good stuff. Like, what makes this so good is, first of all, that I need inventory space. That has nothing to do with the charcoal. But what makes this good is that it burns a lot warmer than normal wood does. Like, it burns a lot hotter, and that means you can reach higher temperatures with it. Potentially even high enough to actually melt some ores, but at the very least high enough to actually make glass and such. And I think that those are the primary uses for it in the beginning, at least. But as mentioned, part of the reason I said a bakery slash blacksmith up here is that we need to build what is known as a forge. And the forge is pretty much just a bunch of stone with some charcoal in the middle, and then a chimney. So that's again part of the reason why I showed you the whole flux to mortar to building blocks, because we could do it with cobblestone, but cobblestone has a nasty tendency to fall down if you build it too high, or randomly collapse. So the brick is by far the superior choice there. The other option is using the smooth stuff that you saw me carving out in an early episode. Smooth quartzite. That is the other option. But honestly, I like the look of the bricks better, so that's probably what we're gonna go for, or even a mix of them, you know, to add some texture. So I've made it back. I've got 2 free little nuggets here to put back in, and yeah, that's about what we got out of that trip, except for the basalt here. Now I'm gonna show you what to do with the basalt. I still haven't found my saw. So if we want to make the anvil in here, we'd put down the block of basalt and simply just right click on it with a hammer. Then we put the hammer down here, and we take our flux from the chest, put over there, and then once we have 2 copper ingots, we can put them up here and weld them together. But I'm gonna leave this whole smithing aspect here for the next episode. So until then, I'm Jerry, and this has been TerraFirmaCraft Introduction. Bye!